Hi again, folks. Welcome back. So this is going to be my third reaction of Band-Maid. The first one I did was Onset, and then I've also done Domination Live. So if this is your first time here, maybe check out those videos beforehand. Really enjoying. I only heard two songs, like I say, before from this band, but they've blown me away, and I've had quite a lot of requests for more, and this is one that came up quite a lot. So we're going to go with Blooming, and this is the official music video. Go. Whoa, it's a lot in that for 1 minute, 12 seconds. Wow, really uplifting. Like, I can kind of feel like a smile just coming on my face listening to this. It's just so energetic and driving. Yeah, and raw, kind of like raw in a good way. You can feel the emotion in the music as opposed to being overly processed and like overcooked in the studio. It's got a very live, raw kind of band sound, which is refreshing in this day and age, particularly with heavy rock music and so on. Everything can get a little bit soulless just with the production techniques and so on. So this is very visceral. Yeah, so quite a few different things occurred to me there, as usual, because of copyright. Dodgy, bit risky for me to try and run this right through from start to end without just getting the video blocked. So easiest way, play a bit of the song, take it in, go back, play it again, give it a little bit of more of an analysis as we go. It seems to work. I know some of you don't like that, but most of you seem to really enjoy it. So we'll stick with it for the time being. Even that, even the introduction, instead of just coming in with the da da da, the four open hi-hats, that's such a throwback to the sort of like 70s rock, like the old-fashioned way of starting a song. Not everybody, but a lot of people now use in-ear monitors and so on. And so, I don't know, even just how songs start, a lot of them don't start with the click, click, click of the sticks, just the four open hi-hats. I really love on the third one there that the drummer manages to get like a bit of a disco kind of feel going on there. Real sort of 70s disco kind of vibe. Rhythm. It's gone. So once we've got that kind of fairly up tempo drum, dun, 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 we're locked into that. We've got the strumming of the guitars is filling out a nice harmony. But you know what my ears are mainly being drawn to is the bass. There's some lovely playing high up on the bass going on in that. What you would expect, the norm dun 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 dun, with the four chords that are in this progression. The bassist, he knows what she's doing. There you go. I love the way that riff is sort of blooming, if you like. I actually didn't mean to make that pun. The song's called Blooming. But the reason why I use that word is because we get the da-dun, da-da-dun. and then we get them closer together. Da 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 da. I just love the way that riff is unfolding, you know, or blooming is a nicer word to use, you know, because the notes are getting shorter and shorter between each other. It's contributing to the fact that it has this up-paced, high energy thing. It's, you know, coming towards you, you know. See? Building. That's cool, that's cool. I like the way that the vocal harmonies come in on the second one. So we get the lead vocal on its own, and then the second time it comes around, she introduces in the sort of vocal harmonies there. That's lovely. Nice use of the harmonics and the guitar. Dum, bum, bum. There's some real nice interplay between the vocals and the drums there, you know, because the rhythmic pattern in the vocals, you notice the drummer giving her lots of space there. And then when the vocals kind of become less busy, the drummer, the fill actually is kind of like sort of play on what the vocalist was doing before. So it kind of brings this sort of coherency to everything, you know. That's always welcome as well. Like, so everything busy, busy, busy. Just give you an extra bar or two of just get your breath, and then we're away again, like that. Here. Nice. That's nice as well, the way that's climbing, because at the start we had this descending pattern going on, you know, with the guitars, da, 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 and we get this, now it's rising up. It's like the composition is taking elements from itself and inverting them and interplay between the instruments, which it actually reminds me of a lot of classical music. You know, if you listen to orchestral music by the greats, you know, like Beethoven and so on, where they get certain themes and then they introduce those themes and invert them and modulate them. They do all sorts of things, but in different instrument sections, instead of just everybody just kind of, right, these are the four chords, you play something over that, you play something over that. It's all very, very thought out, which I appreciate listening to. Half time. Just before we get into it, I can hear the wow out on the guitar solo is going to come. That was sick. Really, really nice. Because obviously we're going back through the verse and chorus and so on there. But you hear they're introducing some more subtle changes throughout there just to keep us on our toes a little bit. I think I stopped around a 112 the first time before I give a little bit of an analysis. So we'll run through that section and then again talk about anything comes to me. So what I'm getting there, obviously, I mean, the tapping on the guitar is fairly obvious that's been introduced because it's a new element that we haven't heard so far. But did you notice that time that when we got to the second part of the phrase, where in the first verse the vocal harmonies came in? I do remember that, at least, I could be wrong, but I think at that point there was not anything really happening in the bass. It sounds like there's more happening on the bass guitar now, you know. So they've introduced a couple of elements there to the verse to keep things a little bit more interesting, you know. It could have just kept it straight, let's just do verse 2 and keep it the same as verse 1. I really appreciate bands that take the time, that even within that kind of structure, song structure, where there's repetitive elements, that they take the time to change elements of it. You know, why not? Otherwise, it's kind of like lazy songwriting. There's nothing lazy about this at all. You know, you can tell that they've spent time to think, right, well, what can we fit in there? What can we fit in there? What should we take out? What way should we change things up? So the halftime's introduced there. You know, when we had that sort of vocal pattern the first time, I'm pretty sure we were still, you know, going pretty quick. So they've introduced the halftime there. We've got more of a heavy feel as well going on with the guitars. Building up straight in this time. The first time they had that little break. You know, so again, they're just keeping us on our toes. We didn't build up and go, and then in. Just went straight in that time. Lovely building the tension there through the snare roll. And what am I right in saying? I could be misremembering that, but that the halftime feel come in at that point in the first chorus, because I was kind of expecting it to go halftime there and it didn't. It kept the energy up. I think it came after it this time. There. Here we go. Beautiful solo there, you know. I liked actually the way that the bass notes and the higher end of the bass notes were coming in again towards the end of the solo, you know, just, you know, despite the solo there, you know, the rest of the girls are not just like, well, it's solo time, so we have to sit back. They do sit back, but you can feel them, they're sort of bursting at the seams, you know, to introduce more elements, you know, it helps keep the energy up, you know, so I don't know. Taste, it's just very, very tasteful the way everything is done. That solo was sick. Stunning. Really love the vocals in that section. You know, really beautiful, those multi-layered vocals there with, you know, I don't know, just lovely, lovely textures going on there. Nice, clean, you know, arpeggiated lines on the guitar there. You know, it was really just a nice little breakdown from all of the sort of intense energy that's been going on in front of it. Nice, sort of, it sounds like feedback on the guitar there in the background. Beautiful. Might not be. I mean, it's either controlled feedback, getting those notes, or, you know, it's like the violining effect type thing going on there, you know. But lovely texture on top. The bass, that's really nice. Oh, that's a lovely chord change in there. lovely outro on that last section there. There's a couple of chords in there I really wasn't expecting to come out. Ooh. Some really nice mixing in the production as well, and I have to say, because there's a lot happening, obviously, lots and lots of layered vocals, and obviously we got the guitar solo there in that sort of outro section, so you could hear in the mix that they started to bring the vocal level down there to give a little bit of space so that the lead guitar could be in there as well, and then the vocals seem to come back up again at the very end. I'll not take all of that back in again, because it's a little bit similar to what we had with the chorus beforehand, but I'll point out what I was just saying there since that guitar solo comes in, if I can find it. Really not expecting those that chromatic run coming down, but to hear structurally, we got the same sort of drum fills going with that over the first phrase, or the first part of the phrase second, and then on the third we got that sort of, I'm calling it a disco beat with the open hi-hat thing. It came back, and that's like completing the arc, if you like, from the beginning of the song to the end. We've got that the bookends of the song. And the way the song ends, like the very end of the song, the way the band finishes the song, again, ties up nicely with the the down. There's so many songs these days in the studio that fade out. They could have just kept playing that chorus at the end. Da da. The sort of the catchy hook of the chorus could have just kept playing another time, and then they could have just faded that out. But I love the way they bookend it. They put like a little coda, you call that a coda really at the end of a piece of music, so there's a coda there as well as having the intro, you've got the outro. Really lovely. So like a 3-minute 56 video, it's packed full, like yeah, this band's top. Love them. Really, really good stuff. Like yeah, if you want me to do more Band-Maid chats as I listen to them, comment below and let me know what you think. So as most of you are probably aware that with these reaction videos you can't really monetize them, because although you might be getting ads as you're viewing this, that's the artist or the labels collecting the money from that. So if you do like to support the channel, I actually you could donate through Buy Me a Coffee, the links above, or have a look on Bandcamp there. The Ripple Face, I'll stick the stuff up maybe in that area, and yeah, it would mean a lot if you want to support the channel. Thanks again for watching, and hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.